Hey, Soul Tribe, thank you for joining me today. You may have noticed, or you may have not, I'm not on Facebook. So I was on there till last night until I've been kicked out for not doing the Face ID thing. So hopefully there's a way around it and I can get back on and reconnect with you there. So thank you, Soul Tribe. I can see you guys in the chat. We've got Christian here and we've got Jacob and we've got Ken. Thank you guys for joining us. So nice to see some familiar faces and such a relief to still be able to connect on this platform. So yeah, thanks guys for joining us as well. So we've got a few things to talk about. We'll go into some of the astrology that's coming up for the week, and there's an interesting feel that I've just been getting from Spirit and an interesting tone that's been coming through as well. So we will talk about that. Hey, Gisela. So before we get into that, let me just pop up some screen shares for you guys. So, hey, Jim, thank you for joining us too. And we've got the lovely Lorianne. Lovely to have you guys with us. Thank you for joining us. I was just saying I've been kicked off Facebook. So as we've had new rules and things come through over here in Australia, I unfortunately have not been able to log back in. And I have most of my audience and followers over on at Facebook. So hoping to find some kind of way around that. But yeah, so grateful for you guys joining us. One of my best friends is here. Thank you for joining us, John. And yeah, let's get into it. So before we jump into what's happening astrologically, I just want to share some really beautiful reviews and things of the hypnotic subliminals. So as you guys may have noticed, we talked about last week the launch of my hypnotic subliminal meditations. So transform your life one meditation at a time. Your thoughts are the alchemy to create your reality. So this bundle has been the most popular with people purchasing all 6. And I'm going to read to you just 2 little reviews that I wanted to share that just really, were touching my heart as well. So everything you need to know is in the description box below. These are, let me just find the little bit that I wanted to read you guys. Where is it? Oh, here. So true transformation doesn't happen from the conscious mind alone. Our deeply ingrained patterns, beliefs, and nervous system loops hold us in place. By reprogramming your subconscious, you reset these patterns at the source, allowing lasting change to flow naturally into every part of your life. So these are really, really important. We also have a YouTube show coming up shortly with the gorgeous Yana. So we're going to be talking about, hold on a sec. There we go. So this will also follow on and really match an alignment with if you are doing the hypnotic subliminals. So please look out for this show. It'll be on, when have I got it? The 21st of January, which will be the 20th if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. So the year you actually choose, and it's about stop settling, start curating. You'll find a little bit in the blurb below as well. And here is one of the lovely reviews that we've received from Lindy. So I've been looking for hypnotic meditations and started the meditations right away. I've seen the shift within myself and how I view my life. I do 1 meditation a day and I feel more calm and grounded. Thank you, and I highly recommend. So 5 stars. Thank you, gorgeous. So appreciate that review. And also we had this one from the beautiful Lisa in our community. So I wanted to share my experience with your abundance hypnotic subliminal meditation, partly as a friend and partly because I genuinely think that people would like to know what that felt like in real life. So for the first listen, I was deeply relaxing. Your voice naturally guided me into a meditative state without effort. I didn't have to try. The visuals came easily, my body softened, and I actually fell asleep, which for me is always a sign my nervous system feels safe enough to let go. I woke up calm, grounded, and noticeably in a good mood. The second time I listened, things got interesting. Shortly after, I received completely unexpected text saying I was receiving $1,000 from a family member to help with the holidays. Then almost 2 weeks later, another 1,000. Around the same time, both my husband and I were hired as part-time, started getting full-time hours and even overtime. That alone felt like a huge blessing. Then there were the little things that didn't feel little at all. $300 showing up out of the blue, purchases costing far less than expected, and sometimes free. Friends sending a card with $50 saying that they felt blessed and wanted to pay it forward. Neighbors bringing over pizza because they accidentally were given an extra one. A relative buying a ton of food for the holidays and sharing it with us. My son sending gifts and money, even though we hadn't exchanged in years. And one of them even sending me birthday money. Happy birthday, by the way, Lisa. She's just had her birthday not long ago. And birthday money. And what stood out the most to me was the love, support, generosity, ease, and being held by life. Your meditations didn't just feel like forcing meditation, it felt like gently aligning me so that I could receive what was already trying to reach me, which is exactly what I've designed them to do. So I feel really grateful that you shared them with me, and I felt called to tell you exactly what unfolded. If this helps even one person soften into trust and open themselves to receiving, it's worth sharing. With love and appreciation, Lisa. Thank you, gorgeous, for that beautiful review. And I just want to remind you guys, we do have bookings available. There might be just one or two left for this week. I've got limited hours available this week. So please use the discount code that is on the bottom of the screen if you feel really in resonance with getting a reading this week or next week. So yeah, such beautiful testimonies, and myself as well. My mind backflipped since listening to my own hypnotic subliminals, because I actually made them because I couldn't find a product that did exactly what I was after, which was a particular style of hypnotic induction at the start of the meditation, getting you into state, getting your subconscious to stop resisting and to really start absorbing and aligning. So yeah, I've had amazing things happen, lots of free things as well, which has been a bonus. And when you're manifesting, it's not about having to have control or having to say things have to come in a certain way. So I just had an incredible an incredible experience with the gorgeous Joni Portray, the Vedic astrologer, who my gorgeous best friend John bought me a beautiful birthday gift. So that was one beautiful blessing that I had this week. And today I'm going to experience a harmonic egg session with the gorgeous lady that I work with at the State of Grace Collective Crystal Shop. So I will let you guys know how the harmonic egg session goes. It's kind of like a med bed technology, so I can't wait to share that with you. Oh, and we did do samples on the last two shows as well. I haven't organized a sample for today, but yeah, amazing, amazing feedback. So without further ado, let's get into having a little read on what I've written for the astrology for this week. So this week invites us to dive deep into our inner world and to really tune into what matters most. So I found it interesting that it was on the 11th, which you guys would have had maybe earlier this morning, Northern Hemisphere side, at exactly 5:55 Eastern time. We had the transit of the moon in Libra going into Scorpio. So we know that Libra is all about that balance energy. It's also ruled by Venus. And I just love the number 555 because it really is ending of the old and starting something new that's even more aligned. One example of this, just to give you like a full feeling meaning, because I sometimes like to share personal experiences. I remember going through a breakup and I'm driving home in traffic and I see 555 consistently in front of me. So that was the universe reassuring me. So don't worry, you're in alignment. That old relationship was not in alignment and something better is coming. So that's what I see for the start of this week. And I see that it's us getting in preparation, opening up to receive the message about what is actually in alignment. So yeah, Spirit's guiding us to have a look at our old beliefs, especially the ones that we are speaking subconsciously to ourselves as well. So this is really, really important. So what I mean by this is sometimes we will have an inner voice that we maybe don't necessarily even say out loud. So it might be about the way we look. It might be about, we wish that things might be different body-wise, or things might be different job-wise. Whatever it is, just notice what it is that you're saying from the inside. This is really, really important this week in order to have the change that we want to have going forward. It's so important. So just checking if I've missed anything. You guys can probably hear, oh, have I got my voice in stereo, do I? You can probably hear a helicopter over the top as well. And just sending you guys lots and lots of love. So let's get back to reading this. So yeah, definitely Spirit is pushing us to have a look with this 555 to reshape and reframe future going forth. So we'll be exploring more of this with actually doing exercises in the Capricorn new moon that we're going to be working with. So if you haven't already purchased a Soul Alchemy Potion, please jump on over to Soul Alchemy Potions, get your Hypnotic Subliminals and your potions to go with it. So we're going to be working with this. So you do get a free invite when you purchase a potion, just to let you know if you haven't joined us. And yeah, we're going to be working with this, letting go of the old, stepping deeper into the new. So it'll be like realignment energy. We'll also be doing some pranic healing, and we'll also be doing a personalized meditation as well to go with it. So Capricorn new moon will be more about grounding, resetting our goals, money, and also looking at long term with relationships as well. So it's more kind of like focused on what we want for long term for this year that we're going to be specifically working with in that. So the moon will be in Scorpio around now at the start of the week, bringing intensity, curiosity, and desire to uncover hidden layers in ourselves and the world around us. So early on, Venus squares Chiron, which can make us feel a little bit tender and cautious in expressing our needs and our desires. So instead of pushing, it's more about just letting the energy reflect. So seeing sort of like the resistance and going, okay, where do I need to shift and change or kind of budge this resistance? And what tools can I use? Whether it's NLP, whether it's tapping, whether it's hypnotic subliminals, there's lots and lots of tools that are available to us. So yeah, definitely let this energy reflect. So this will help us to reconnect to our values and to let things recharge from a place of authenticity. So as the week further unfolds, the Scorpio moon connects with Mercury and Jupiter. So this will enhance our ability to see things clearly, understand motivations, our own and also other people's motivations. So there's a natural curiosity. Do you guys just see that fly past? There's a natural curiosity to explore deeper truths and sense the emotional resourcefulness that's available to us. So the sun will square to Chiron, which may bring up more uncertainty, self-doubt about us on our paths. This is about remembering that this is the chance to rebuild and to trust and to listen to your own guidance. And I'm hearing a high pitch at the same time with that. I'm feeling angelic energy around. So don't forget to call on your angels with this, especially ones that love you unconditionally. So after that Chiron square, bringing self-doubt and things, we will have Mercury forming creative quintile to Neptune, which will be opening up your intuition, your imagination, and spiritual awareness. So this is definitely more of a wonderful moment to approach others with compassion, extend understanding to yourself as well. And midweek, the energy becomes more intense when we have Mars square Chiron. So a bit of Chiron, like inner wound stuff coming up this week. So that's where I was saying before, let that energy reflect. So try not to feel into the energy and the emotion of the wound. It's almost to sort of like look at it as though you're looking at it from an outsider perspective and you're watching yourself have these emotions and things come up. So doing a little bit of detachment, and I just saw 1313 on my little clock, will help you to not feel pulled into the intensity or to relive those patterns and to let those emotions and those energies replay out, because we don't want to attract more of that. So we want to be able to disconnect from it, view it from sort of that third party perspective or as a lens looking in and just saying, oh, wow, that's really intriguing that that's popped up. I wonder what that's connected with, and just feel that energy digging deeper, because we do have a lot of Scorpio energy this week with the moon. So as old wounds surface, it might feel a little bit challenging to really express what you truly want or how you feel. So just being mindful if you feel defensiveness come up or like a rebellion. I know I sometimes get a rebellion energy come up myself against things. So use this as an opportunity to explore what's holding you back And at the same time, Mercury Jupiter opposition encourages big ideas, expansive growth, thinking, creative solutions, really kind of like having the downloads to sort of see like where it is that we need to shape things and move things and, funnel that inspiration. So, yeah, expect a lot of ideas and growth, definitely a lot of journaling and things this week. But yeah, definitely avoid overextending yourself, stay grounded, try not to make too many commitments because things might shift and change. And towards the end of the week, we have the moon move into Sagittarius and then into Capricorn. So bringing a sense of focus, practicality, and the ability to turn inspiration into action. So this is the time to take what it is that you've learned, to organize your thoughts, anchor your intentions in the real world steps. So overall, this week is more about connecting to your honest self-reflection, looking at what's coming up. This will help us to embrace our intuition and to balance our dreams with grounded action. So notice where you feel vulnerable, nurture yourself, and trust the wisdom that is emerging from all of this energy that's popping up this week. So hopefully I haven't missed too many comments while I've been reading my little notes. Oh, awesome. I love that, Lorianne. Very, very cool. I love hearing what's going on for you guys as well. So hopefully you guys are having a good week already. And I forgot to mention potion-wise and things like that, what to work with, because it is more of an energy of reflection and things. Let me just grab the potion for this week. It would be more working with, I would say, if you're really feeling the intuition or that you're wanting more downloads for your intuition. Thank you, beautiful. I would work with Vision Quest. Otherwise, in terms of like the clearing energy that's coming up and really sort of, being able to reflect on things, cleansing vibes would also be a good one. So they would be my top 2 recommendations for this week. And the crystal that I'm feeling, it's fluorite. So this is a really healing stone. It really is around heart chakra. I know we had this again a couple of weeks ago, but this is also about psychic insight and things too. And I can see Jody saying feeling a bit frustrated. Oh, and I did read your message. Thank you so much for your message on the hypnotic subliminals. So Jody was saying she physically felt a shift after the first time listening to it as well. So really, really cool. And hopefully I'm getting all your messages. Thank you. Oh, we've got Britt Marie with us as well. Thank you for joining us. And good to hear, Ken, that you're feeling so much better. And we've got Larry here with us as well. And Stella Galactic. Sorry if I'm missing any names. We've got Golden Trinity too. And we've got Dusty the Great. Okay, let's have a look and see what's coming up for this week. Oh, Gisela, that's awesome. Wow, I would love to see that. I've been kicked out of Facebook, I was saying at the start, because I haven't done the silly like face thing. All right, let's have a look and see what comes up for this week. So I feel like I'm actually surrounded in an auditorium room with spirit right now. So as soon as we start to focus in on the week, I actually felt like a support team and network step in from spirit. So I would keep a foot in each world this week, definitely like where we were saying before about Vision Quest and really being open to intuition and to messages. This is saying they're giving me the word elevate. So with working with our spirit teams that love us unconditionally, this will be how we elevate and transcend into that next dimension of self is the word that they're giving. So they're talking about up until now, it's been more of a trickle effect, and they've been slowly getting us used to oscillating in and out of that higher vibration. So now we're at a point where we can transduce that down. We can actually start to feel that we've got like more reserves of energy built up as well to make that journey ahead for the rest of the year. So remembering we are in a 1 year as well. So yeah, I do feel that we need to ask spirit to come in. Let me see what we've got. And I've got the 4 cards on the desk. So we'll feel into these and then we'll flip them over. So the other thing that I'm also being shown is a landscape with a mountain. And it's interesting, on top of the mountain, and I'm just describing what I see. So there's what seems to be like an excessively rich greenness to the top of the mountain. And then I'm seeing the sides of the mountain not so green. So there's something about like the higher the vibration that we can get into, it's like the richer the whether it's the nutrients or the richer the energy, the information is. So I do feel that this is something about raising our frequency, raising our vibration, being very, very intensely, that's the word they're giving me, important for this week. So let's flip the cards over and see what we have. Interesting. The first card we have is the Eight of Wands. And I always find that, like, to me, everything feels interesting. I think I've just got an inquisitive mind like that. So the first card, Eight of Wands, we have Mercury and we have Sagittarius with this. So you guys know that when I see this card, I call it it's like a sign or a meaning for me for quantum jump. So we were just saying about like the intensity of the energy in needing to raise our vibration. So we can either stay down here where it's stuck, or we can climb to the top of the mountain where the energy is higher frequency and see how it's in a coherent alignment, whereas this is kind of chaos. It's that little compass spinning out of control where we're lost and we're caught in other things, whether it's old thoughts, old feelings, old beliefs. So yeah, I really feel this is a moment for a quantum jump. You guys know I talk about with this card that the High Priestess in this deck actually has the bow and arrow. Some people see it as a harp. I see it as a harp sometimes and as a bow and arrow. So for me, it's about putting that bow and arrow down, stop like shooting your arrows, just like pause for a moment. And then when you really know exactly what it is that you want, which is what I see in the rest of the cards, this is just about anchoring it down and really like feeling that more fully. So this is what we do with the hypnotic subliminals. It's also what you do with Dr. Joe Dispenza's meditations and with manifestation, and also working with vision boards. We're trying to tap into that future alignment. And then we have the beautiful destiny card of alignment as well. So this is the card of fortune, but it's aligning with the stars. This again is the high frequency that we need to bring in to this Taurus energy to have this earth shift. And then we also have the Aeon. And this for me is about letting go of the old. This little Hebrew symbol down here, Shin, this represents breaking down an old clay pot, and that we're transcending, we're forming, we're molding, we're making it brand new and putting it into the kiln to fire for something brand new. So there's old thoughts, old belief systems in that we're seeing in the cards that are being broken down. Gorgeous. I love good Taurus sun. So what we see here too, for me, this represents the shift from 3D to 4D to 5D. We're gaining more movement, more kind of like fluidity when it comes to navigating the spiritual realm too. And then we have the star card. So this is about like bringing down our ideas, our visions. Remember when I read the astrology, we talked about it was the Mercury Jupiter energy working in alignment. So really pay attention to the ideas, to the downloads, to things that are coming up. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Thank you. I'm sending you guys love, and I'm sending healing energy. I think it was Ken and Gisela I saw, sending you guys good healing vibes. All right. So yeah, with this too, we see here the celestial crystals. So we know that these are self-regenerating, self-repairing. They're amazing. They weep and cry salt, looks like. And then you see like the structure actually kind of physically get built in front of your eyes. So let's have a look and see what comes up as little clarifiers, because we're definitely going through a metamorphosis, a change, a shift. What's interesting too is I point out to you guys a couple of times with we've got Medusa here. And as we know, Medusa wasn't originally that form. There was a little bit of a beauty contest, I guess you would say, to do with her and Aphrodite. Aphrodite was very jealous that Medusa was actually even more beautiful than her. So she got turned into a Pegasus. And then after that, people still adoring her, she got turned into Medusa. So imagine if you're getting told all these horrible things about yourself, or, you're looking a certain way that you're not used to looking like. You start to take that on as a belief system. And that's what we're doing away with, is other people's projections, other people's programs. And we can think about it all day. and we can say all the affirmations that we want. But unless we're actually changing it at that subconscious level, we don't actually get that real aligned change and that real shift where we see the physical 3D actually bring us the amazing gifts and see us actually, vibrate back to us where our belief and our worth is. So, yeah, amazing. Let's have a look into. Oh, awesome. You're feeling the change. So we've got a Four of Wands. So there's a completion energy that Spirit is also saying that we need to work with this week. And we have the Nine of Cups. So this is about bringing in more abundance. This is also about completing or working out the loop. Also, I would say around finance. So card of completion, Four of Wands, Aries and Venus energy. We've got Nine of Cups, which is Pisces, and also Jupiter. So this is also about like looking at like what we have in terms of, our savings, our accumulated wealth, focusing a little bit around that too. So I would say there's a message to look into finance. We've got Five of Cups and Five of Coins. So some of you may actually be worrying at the moment and be in a situation of feeling cut off or feeling not knowing where to turn or where to start, or feeling like that you've got the same patterns played out over and over. So Spirit's really talking about how can we shift that? How can we change that? We also have Wheel of Fortune. So they're wanting to actually spin us into a whole new alignment, which is more about finance. It's more about gratitude. It's more about wealth and what that means for us to physically be holding that. Because what we're seeing at the moment with this disconnect, so the Five of Cups is disappointment. Oh, thank you guys. It's so nice to have you in the chat. So yeah, we've got two things being played out. We've got the energy of what we want, what we desire on a financial level. So this will be really interesting to look into that this week, as well as we were saying about relationships in the astrology as well. So with the Five of Coins, we know in the Rider-Waite deck, it's the people on the crutches and they're out in the snow. And the church is right there. They could turn around and get into alignment with that church. They could go and seek that higher help. But there's something within them that's like resistant. There's something within them that is trying to just shift things from the physical, maybe not look at it from the spiritual or other ways. So where are we blocking self? Where are we being too stubborn and we're trying to push it from a physical? So really having a look. Thank you, Britt Marie, for this. So tomorrow, 12th of the 1st, is a very important day with our money system. So yeah, really interesting that finance is coming up so strong. So we want to be aligning to more these positive energies. Four of Wands, the Nine of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. So Wheel of Fortune for me is about like putting ourselves in that state of mind so that we're directly bringing things down as well. So let's get some confirmation as well from the Star Tarot and see what's coming up. So we have Nine of Cups again. So we're definitely working on finance. We're definitely working on happiness, hope, financial reserves this week, Pisces energy, also Jupiter, growth, expansion energy. We've got the World card. So we need to end this cycle around lack. And I'm just hearing the words, you guys are deserving of this. You're deserving of financial wealth and abundance. We also have Princess of Pentacles, which for me, this is Aries energy. And she's quite often like programmed and told by the elders or other people, like how her world should be. And we know from the, what deck is it? The Thoth deck. I always talk to you about, she has the trees upside down in that deck. So this is a Aries energy, but it's about like your vision being so much stronger than everything else that's told or programmed, that it's about you canceling and shutting out that noise to everyone, to everything. This is about you guys fully tapping into your belief, beating on your chest, commanding that energy to come forth and really like projecting and visualizing and seeing things for how you would like to see it. So I can see Larry saying about dreams. I know I said this, I think it was last week and the week before, about like the wild dreams, but I literally am in other timelines in my dreams like all week. I felt like I have not slept. Sending you blessings too. It's always so lovely to have you guys live with us. So let's have another look. Oh, and Stephanie also got Princess of Pentacles from the Star Tarot today. Oh, your card of the day. Interesting. And I always see this energy as when we get the Queen of Pentacles, the Princess, and the Prince. For me, they're cards about shifting our reality from a 5D level first or energetically. And that's when we bring about change on this physical. So the next one we have is 10 of Wands. So it's time to purge, time to clear things that are holding us back. So 10 of Wands, Saturn energy. This is Sagittarius energy. Where are we trying to control and move things from more kind of like an outward level? Where have we got resistance, or where have we maybe said too many yeses to things? And I just want to also share the YouTube that I'm about to do with Yana. So with this, we're actually going to be going in. Let me just read the little description because this is in alignment with this. So tired of vision boards that never seem to work. In this video, we'll be revealing why most vision boards fail, and what you can do instead to curate the year that truly elevates you. So with this, you'll learn how to got fly in the house. So say yes to what aligns with your energy, say no to distractions, chaos, low vibe habits, manifest with intention, clarity, real results, design a high vibe, soulfully curated year. So this will be a really interesting show. It's pretty much in alignment with the energies. And I always prepare the shows with what I'm feeling coming up energetically or in alignment. Yeah, I can't wait for this either. If you guys haven't seen Yana on my shows before, she does the most amazing soul contract work. So she really breaks it down when it comes to astrology, numerology as well. And Lorianne is saying 3D is opposite. So yeah, 5D seems more powerful than ever. Definitely. And Ken's also having some wild dreams. Yeah, when can I finally sleep? Let's have a look into that. I'd like to look into that because I feel like a lot of us are on the same wavelength and vibration. So perhaps there's more than just two of us that are not sleeping. Put in the chat if you guys are also not sleeping. Oh, Gisela. Oh, thank you. But I love being with you guys, and doing this live, it really does help to kind of like boost and work with all of our energy together to find out what it is that we need to look for. Okay, this is another random thing coming up because you guys know I just say exactly what comes to me and what I see and feel. So I do get clairgustance and what's the other one? I get where you can taste and smell on a clairvoyant level. So I actually get all of the psychic senses. What I'm actually tasting, this is so random, it's shiitake mushroom. So let me just bring this up before we step into the sleep thing. So we can look at this together because I know they've got amazing health benefits. Shiitake mushroom benefits. Okay. So let me just pop my little screen back up. For some reason, Spirit is talking to us about shiitake. So it boosts immunity via beta-glucans, improving heart health, lowering cholesterol with, that one is too hard to pronounce, strengthening bones, plant source of vitamin D, promoting skin with antioxidants, zinc, rich in B vitamins, niacin, B6, folate, copper, selenium, fiber, supporting digestion, as well as overall being low in calories, making nutrient-dense additions. So yeah, I've used this in the past to boost immune system and things like that. For some reason, Spirit is talking to us about shiitake. I actually keep feeling it more from, I would say, the elemental realm. There's some kind of elemental message. We'll quickly just get a card around that. Actually, I wonder if it is in our little herbal book. Let me see if there's shiitake in here. I think it's more herbs, but sometimes you don't know. Nope, I can't find it in there. All right, let me just grab a card from the Alice deck and see what this is about. Why are we getting guided to look into shiitake? We've got a Page of Spears. So a Page of Swords, there's some kind of communication wanting to come in from this shiitake mushroom as well. Maybe it's just we're being told to work with healing energies. We also have the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords is a card of science. Um, it's Six of Spears in this one. So there's some kind of message that we're being told. Six of Swords for me is always about something trying to communicate to us from the veil. And when I work with herbs and different things, a lot of the time there is a message that's actually conveyed on a deeper spiritual level that comes through, and then you Google it and you find out that it usually means the same thing. So the other one that we have is suspension. There's something about going down the rabbit hole with this. This is really looking at more kind of like we need to look at it from outside the matrix on why shiitake is trying to communicate with us this week. Oh, and I can see, oh, you've been up since 444, Dusty. Oh my gosh. The other card that we have is Ace of Wands. Okay, there's some kind of spiritual nature or essence or energy that's coming through from shiitake that maybe there's not a Google explanation online about. Let me just see if there's anything else. I keep seeing what looks to be like a veil or a web. There's some kind of exchange coming through from this mushroom and working with some of the other mushrooms that actually plugs us in to the grid and to the network. So if we think about the internet of things, this would be like plugging into the internet of nature. I keep seeing ethereal blue white spark, very thin gossamer, almost like a spiderweb silk, ethereal connection that looks like an internet that's coming from shiitake. So it's helping to also support us on a spiritual level to be able to receive and capture these downloads. So if we think about the web, and we think about like our resonance and what we're putting out or we're desiring more, shiitake is going to influence that. So it'll make like the parts of the web stickier when you've got like little neuron connections. So say, for example, you're lighting up all these little lights in your brain, in your consciousness, projecting them out into the 5D, that shiitake energy is going to help those ideas to come down and stick and to feel more concrete, like you've got more, how would I say, you have like more of, how we would say shamanically, like a foot in each world. This is a good way to say it. What Lorianne's saying, plug me into natural Wi-Fi if so. So what I'm seeing is it's almost making that column of consciousness be able to come down in more alignment, to come down sort of with more substance would be the word I'm looking for. So we're taking things that are coming down ethereally or download wise, and we're receiving it where it's like physically making more of a thump. Whereas when we look into, I guess, receiving spiritual downloads, sometimes they're a whisper, like a dream. Yeah, Gary G. I like that. Networking with fungi. Thank you, Stephanie. Yeah, so interesting, random. I love it when we get stuff like that. I had to explore it because I kept tasting it and it dissipates when sometimes something wants to come through from spirit really strong. And then we finish actually talking about it, it disappears. So let's have a look into the sleep side of things for all of us as well and see what is coming up. Thank you. So we've got Three of Wands. Look at this portal. So many of us are traversing into portals as we sleep at the moment. The next card that we have is the Mother of Wands. So many of us are spiritually navigating. We're actually learning to become fearless and to become in charge when it comes to some of these other astral realms. It's being awake within the dream is the very clear words that I'm hearing Spirit say. And we've got the Strength card. So we're developing. It's exhausting, but we're developing and working and stretching our psychic muscles. And also, this is about saying yes or no to things in a dreamscape as well as what they're showing me. And we have the Six of Swords with this. So again, that ethereal sort of realm, but this represents journey and travel too, as well as the card of science. So I hope that made sense to you guys. Lovely. Thank you. We're so lucky to have you with us. All right, let's have a look into the herbal astrology deck for this week and get a little oracle card for us. So we've got rhodiola, which I actually have right here on my desk. This is this is rosemary. Rhodiola is my other green bottle. So, rhodiola. So, rhodiola is a really great herb for ADHD. It definitely helps to feel, oh, thank you. Thank you for the reminder. It definitely helps to feel like, dyslexic and ADHD brains can kind of keep up with the pace and the fire. So, yeah, look at the little herbs and things that we've got on here. We've got unicorn energy as well. And this is about enchantment. So, let's have a look into the meaning for this one. So we've got number 37. So it's about magic, wisdom keeper, purity, higher consciousness, clarity, intuitive intellect, and enchantment. I love this. All right. So the guidance around this, the unicorn is known as the great protector of the forest. Like rhodiola, some unicorns are said to live near high mountains. Didn't we just have the vision of the high mountain as well? To this day, nourishing and protecting the wise ancient forests left. Rhodiola is in your cards today to remind you that your intelligence, embodied, intuitive, articulate, and knowledgeable. You are uh, you exude mastery, purity, authority, and wisdom. So emotions do not cloud your judgment. Your actions are measured carefully and intuitively as you contain ancient codes on the ways that of heaven and earth. This just is in beautiful alignment with some of the messages we've had. So the subtle essence of the unicorn resides in the third eye. If unicorn medicine comes to you, your sense of wise creativity and aliveness will deepen. Don't neglect your medicine. Honor your natural gifts. Stand tall. Own your medicine, who you are becoming. So, oh my gosh, Stella, you're moving to the mountains this year. Awesome. Wow. I just want to send so much love to you guys and just to say a huge thank you for being with me today. And don't forget that everything is in the description box below. Please take advantage of the new you we've got on the bottom of the screen, which will save you 10% on bookings. There should be maybe one or two left for this week if you want to squeeze them in. I am working in limited bookings at the moment because I'm doing a lot of other stuff in the background. And I just want to again say thank you so much for your amazing reviews on the Hypnotic Subliminals. I'm so happy that you guys are getting the shifts and things because that's exactly from my heart to your heart why I created them. So you guys have a wonderful week and thank you for the love in the comments and the likes, shares, and subscribes as well. Bye, guys.